Hi, how are you doing? Well, I'm Witch Nikki, and I wanted to share with you my Tunisia crochet hooks. I have these three, and they're different sizes. You could tell by their hooks that they're different sizes. Okay. Also by the thickness of each one. This is the thinnest one, and then we have this one, and this one. I have a lot more in different sizes. Since we've moved, I was lucky enough to find these. I know I have more somewhere else, but I just haven't gotten around to finding them yet. So let me put those back in my bag. So there's nothing real tricky about this Tunisian Afghan stitches, what I think they call it. I'm not really too sure what they call the different stitches because there's different Tunisian style stitches, okay? And I don't know what they're all called, but this is the first one I learned, and it's very simple to me anyways. Hope it is for you. I hope you find that it's very simple for you too. All right, I'm just using this scrap yarn basically because I still haven't gotten other balls of yarn. So you're just going to wrap around your finger like this and then pull this back. Lift it off your finger to where you have a little hoop, but hold on to the two ends. Then you're going to pull the working end through and then pull it tight. It's a slip knot because if you pull on both ends, it will disappear. But you just want it to be small enough to fit onto whatever size Tunisian hook that you're using. And remember the little chin and neck part. You don't want to tighten it up here because this part is tapered and it'll make it too tight to bring it back on here because we're going to put them on here. Oh, you'll see what I'm talking about. You're not, the first time we chain, they're going to be like a chain off of here, off the hook. Chain off the hook. All right. So you go around your fingers to hold it kind of taut and to act like a gauge to hold it steady and all of that. Okay, and it's just like you do the regular one, just doing a stitch, but here's a refresher in case you didn't see that video. You're going to place it over the chest. I think of this as the chest, and then the top part of the hook is the neck, and then the little hook part looks like a little alien head. Well, you can call it whatever proper names you find out to call it. If you do, then tell me. I'm not a beginner, but I'm new at it. I don't remember the names of everything very well. And that's okay. It's okay. As long as you know what you're doing. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You could just do a little swatch, or you could make enough that you could do a little pouch or a bag. What you would do for that, I don't know, let me see. I don't have anything to measure with, but you would need, here's the top, here's like the flat part, so you would need this and plus this again, so whatever, you would probably fill up. Yeah, I don't measure stuff. I don't measure cooking food very often unless it seems like it's really necessary to do so. And I just kind of eyeball it. I do it how I feel, whatever I'm going to use it. If I'm, you know, here's a comparison. Here's the flat part. And so it's almost as long as this flat part. I would probably need to do about 4 more stitches on there to do just the flat part. But then if you want to, what you would do is, you know, like take it and what I would want to do, take it from here, make it this long, and then make it up to here again, because this is like one long piece that folded up and then folded down. So, but for the purpose of showing you how to do this Tunisia stitch with the Tunisia hook, we're just going to do it this way. Now the first time you go back on, here's the chain, you're going to go back. Watch what we do. We're going to collect, and it could be named anything else that other people call it, but I'm calling it collect. You'll see why in just a second. Now, where do you start? Well, that's a good one. Okay. You're going to start, you're going to make sure that your chain is flat and straight, that's not crooked, because sometimes that happens if you're not paying attention to your making those out, making the chains out. They can kind of get twisted sometimes. So you're going to go not in the first one where the working yarn is. You're going to back up one to the next stitch, and you're going to go in there. Oops. There you go. Go around, slip it through, and leave it there. You know, with crocheting, we do something else, and we don't do this. But this is Tunisia. So you're going to go on the next one, pop it in the chain, bring it around, wrap it around, pull it through, keep it there. The next one, push it through, wrap it around. There you go, keep it on. Don't forget, because the next part that we do would be like, well, never mind, we're not going there. So you just keep repeating that until you get down to the very end where we started from. This sounds like Christmas music. I don't know if you could hear it or not, but it's just pleasant piano, like jazz. Don't worry about it. Don't get YouTube, don't worry about it. For educational purposes only. One of my friends on TikTok says that all the time. And so now we have this. Okay. You're not really going to see very much, but I'll show you anyways. This will be the working part, and this back here is the back part. Once we put more on, you're going to see a difference. You're going to see something developing there. Let's count them, and then every time you go back and forth like 2 times, 3 times, count to make sure you have the same amount on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. For this, I should always have 10 when I'm done putting them on. Okay, now taking them off, removing them. We're going to wrap around this time, and this side only, the left side, as you see, this is my right hand, and this one here at the hook end is the left hand. So you're just going to pull it through one hoop. Then you're going to repeat that, but you're going to pass it through two. Wrap it, 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 pass it through two. Pass it through two. Pass it through two. Pass it through two. And the last two. There we go. Okay. And I'll show you how it's starting to look. This is the back side. This is the front side. Like if you're making a blanket, this would be the more decorative side. So that would be like the top part of the blanket, or the, you know, the showy part. Or if you're making a purse, this is the part you would put on the outside. This is the inside or the back side. So here we go. We're at this end now. And we're going to chain one. Okay. And then you don't go in the very first, because that chain that we made, that's going to be the first. It's going to wind up being the first. When you get more on here, you'll see what I'm talking about. We're going to go in the second little stitch right there. Okay. So not the first one, but the second. Because when we did that little chain, that made the first. Okay, so you're going to go in underneath, pull it in, leave it there. Next one, pull it through, leave it there. Leave it. Leave it. Trying to, you know, show you. See that? Okay. And just vary the next one. You're going to see it more. See? So here's the one that we've just went into, and the next one is right here. Under, wrap it around, leave it on. Wrap it around. Now at the very end, push it through, wrap it around, leave it on. Okay. Now sometimes I'm over counting all the time, just to make sure. If you're a beginner like I am, it's good to do that, because if you had a longer line and you started knowing, wait a minute, something looks kind of smooshed, it's probably because you've dropped a stitch somewhere along the way. It's much easier if you're seeing this looks right, there's no, you know, it's not going inward a little bit, like something's missing here. But I'm going to count it anyways. Should be 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We started with 10. We should always have 10. Otherwise, it will start getting a little bit wonky. Which is fine if you're making a triangle, I suppose, but I'm not. Okay, so now we're going to do the removing stitch, or whatever it's called. Going to wrap this around, pull it through the first one. That's it. Now 2, 2. And if you're seeing 1, 2, wrap it. 1, 2, wrap it. 1, 2, wrap. 2, wrap. 2, wrap. 2, wrap, and 2. See that? Okay. So let's look at it now. You see that? Nice. And the more you do, the better it will look. Ooh, sorry, my back's kind of bothering me. Anyways, we'll do one more. We're only at 16 minutes, so let's do one more. Back and forth. Hoop. And remember, on the right side, we make the extra hoop. And we don't go in the first hoop that we find right here, because we've just made that hoop. So we don't need to go in there. Go in the second one. Wrap it, pull it through, leave it. I like to tighten them too, a little bit. Just enough. You want to be able to slide it back and forth. Okay. And we're just going to under that one stitch. Just going under one stitch right there. Okay. You could make a bigger, longer swatch than I'm making, but mostly swatches just to get you to learn how to do it. Then when you think you've got it, then you can explore to your heart's content on what you want to make with something like this. Depending on how long you'd go with this, you can make scarves. You can make these little pouches. Would be so easy. This one was done with regular crochet. I did, Swiffer sweepers. I did a removable Swiffer sweeper cover. I'll have to show you sometime. Yeah, because it's in another room, and I'm not gonna go get it right now. So here we go. You see that? And then here's the other side. Which is nice. It's nice and neat. You want it to be pretty nice and neat. Especially this side. This is the side that we'll be mostly looking at. If you're doing something that's like a purse, it's going to be the outside. You could do so many things with this. I've made actually a long time ago when I was in high school. Actually, I just graduated from high school when I learned how to do this one. And I made an Afghan blanket for my auntie. I just did long strips of different colors. It was really beautiful. I don't know what happened to it. When she died, it got lost or something. But I do the strips. You can't see. But I do like almost from here to here on a really long one. I had one almost just like this, I think, that I used. And so you can imagine for each strip, well, did I really do that like that long? I think it was like a lot longer. So you could really just pack them on here, and it's not really going to go anywhere because of this little thing right here. And if you want to add something here, you could put like I don't know, what could you put here to make it even more? It's not going to go anywhere though. It comes off more times than none. I have to be careful if I leave it like this and don't secure this area because it could come down. It could come off. I mean, I don't know where my words are today. So anyways, give this a try and I'll be back next time. I'm not going to keep this swatch because I already know, but you can make a swatch wider by putting more of those chain stitches on. You can make it about this wide, would make a nice scarf for around your neck. If you did it even longer, like the whole length, you could do like a nice little wrap shawl type thing or something. Be creative. Think what you want. Learn how to do the process, and then, like me, use your imagination to go further. So Tunisia hooks. You could look for them on here. You could look for them on Amazon if you want to buy them. Look for them on here if you want to watch other people doing and how they do it. And there's other stitches to do that I'm really not too sure of. It was hard for me watching them, so I didn't really get a hang of it. But this is the first one that I've learned, so I thought I would share it with you. Okay, see you next time. Thank you for watching.